Click the bell, turn on all notifications, and subscribe for around-the-clock WWE news in real time. The home of the most consistent and dedicated breaking news in WWE, Seanzviewent, is here for you. Like, comment, and share today.
Right at the top of the video, right in the morning, right in the AM, as you are waking up, as you're smelling the coffee, as you're getting the breakfast, as you're laying out the groundwork and planning your day. Hopefully it's a sunny day, because where I am in my neck of the woods, it has been rainy, it has been drizzly, it has been cold. Although, classic April for you, classic. But ladies and gentlemen, right at the top of the video, what I want to do right now is I want to take this opportunity, and I want to take this chance to thank you for now having, thank you for making me, us as a team, because we all come together. The show isn't just about me, because remember, if it weren't for you, there would be no Sean's View. Thank you for now reaching 157,000 subscribers. Not because of me, but because of each and every one of you that listen, that click, that become a channel member. Because remember, when you become a channel member, you help secure the future of Sean's View on this very website. So if there were no you, this doesn't take place. This doesn't happen. So I want to thank and I want to respect every single last one of you for making this truly what it is. Right at the top of the video, Randy Orton, John Cena. We're all wondering what's going to happen with Randy Orton. Who's he going to wrestle? Who's he going to have a match with? What's going to happen? Well, the complexity of the situation is about to change huge. Because, ladies and gentlemen, going into the summer, we are receiving word, we are hearing word, and we're going to kick this off with a bang. We're going to kick this off with a blockbuster update that Randy Orton and John Cena, for the first time ever, and I'm not just talking about a one-night tag team like they've had. I'm not just talking about a one-off. They are going to become the two-man power trip. Remember Stone Cold Steve Austin and Triple H before Triple H got injured, before Triple H went down with an injury? It was Austin and Triple H together. Well, now we're going to get Randy Orton and John Cena together as a team, as a tandem, dominating, illustrating exactly what it's like to have two powerhouses, two juggernauts together, Randy Orton and John Cena. And the rumor is that the name of this tag team is going to be called either Team Ruthless or Ruthless Aggression, or they may just be called Ruthless. And you know what? That's a callback to the Ruthless Aggression era when John Cena and Randy Orton came up and they made their mark and they made their statement. Now, you want to talk about making a statement. Do you want to see Randy Orton and John Cena together as a team, as a tandem, going into the summer, going into SummerSlam? Your thoughts, your comments, and your opinions. Now, speaking about making your mark and making it excellent, WWE literally has this last Raw tonight to make their mark and put an exclamation point at the end of the sentence if you want to tune in, if you want to watch Wrestlemania this weekend. Wrestlemania Saturday and then Wrestlemania Sunday. Now, before we get into that, we are receiving word that from a current champion in the industry says Triple H saved professional wrestling. Do you agree with that fact? Do you agree with that notion? Now, there's some criticism about this WrestleMania card and how it came together in the build and the aura and the significance behind it, and how some say that this doesn't feel like, it doesn't resemble a WrestleMania. And again, this is where we get your thoughts, your comments, your opinion. Whether you agree or disagree, for me or against me, we get your thoughts on this. We get your analysis. Do you think that this feels like a WrestleMania? Do you think the WrestleMania card is strong? Could have been better? Was it weaker? Was it less than last year's WrestleMania card? Again, it all comes down to your thoughts, your comments, and your opinions. Now, also, with what I've been going through and dealing with, some people saying that I need mental health. Some people saying that I need to be checked out. Well, you see, with what I'm going through with my mom dealing with cancer, with my brother dying, a couple of months ago, don't worry. I'm seeking my help. I'm seeking my treatment. I'm getting my help. I got my Alexa Pro for my mental health. I got my Xanax as needed. You're damn right. I'm going through a hell of a lot. I am going through an uphill challenge. I am going through one of the most challenging times of my entire life, but I am still here on this website. I am still here representing. I am still here giving you the knowledge, giving you the depth, giving you the perception, giving you the most legitimate, the most credible, the most up to date, in the know WWE. Seanzviewent Entertainment wouldn't have it any other damned way. Okay, let me tell you that right now. Now, we're also hearing about Penta, guys. We're hearing about Penta. And is there some backstage heat on Penta? Because if you watched Raw last week, and if you noticed, Penta, he did not sell a couple of maneuvers, a couple of big-time maneuvers. Penta did not sell. He just made it look like it was just a move, and then he went into the next sequence. Some say that, it resembles that of AEW when Penta is in the ring. Sometimes Penta may forget that he's in a WWE ring and not an AEW ring. So obviously, maybe Penta's going to adapt, but I guess Penta did not sell a couple of moves last week on Monday Night Raw during his match. Now, one of the matches seemingly getting a lot of criticism is the match that Rey Mysterio is going to be in against Chad Gable. I know it's not, it's Chad Gable under a mask. I get it. I understand it. But Mr. Americano himself. But do you understand that this actually probably could be the match of the night? Knowing the prowess, knowing the situation, knowing the caliber of talent that we have at hand, it's going to be a high-flying, mat-based affair. It's going to be off the chain. It's going to be probably the dark horse match of the night when Rey Mysterio and Chad Gable go at it, and they really show their stuff in that very ring. It's going to be exciting. Let me tell you that. If these guys are given some 15 to 20 minutes, it is going to be stellar. Probably only going to be 12 minutes, maybe 10 minutes, but even then, it should be something to remember Rey Mysterio and Chad Gable by. Also, viewers, fans, and subscribers, according to those in the know, the dirt sheets, the websites, and the newsletters coming in this morning, because we give you the most up-to-date, Brock Lesnar snubbed. Brock Lesnar canceled. Brock Lesnar removed from WWE history. Brock Lesnar erased from Wrestlemania history. According to the dirt sheets, the websites, and the newsletters, yes, Brock Lesnar erased. Your thoughts, and obviously not a good thing. Obviously does not look good for Brock Lesnar's return. Does not look good if you're hoping and anticipating the return of the Beast Incarnate, the F5 himself, Brock Lesnar. Will it happen? Will it go down? Will it materialize? We're all going to have to wait and see. We're going to have to find out. But WWE has erased and snubbed and canceled Brock Lesnar from WrestleMania history, which is a very sad state of affairs, if you ask the brash and the brazen. Also, Samoa Joe reveals his TNA Mount Rushmore. Who do you believe is the greatest in TNA history? And that covers a lot of ground. Triple H is now finally revealing what he did when CM Punk wasn't happy with a recent creative plan. Yes, CM Punk was already going against some creative plans, but Triple H and CM Punk came together. They worked together. They worked things out creatively. Now, CM Punk is always going to stand up for what he believes in. CM Punk is going to say what he says at the end of the day because CM Punk is that kind of person. He's that kind of man. He isn't just going to stand by and just let you say, oh, well, this is how it's going to go down. CM Punk is going to put his own 2 cents into the damn thing. But Triple H and CM Punk, although they had some creative differences, although CM Punk wasn't happy, the feeling is that these two were able to get together. They were able to talk it out, and they were able to come up with a plan that both were happy with at the end of the day. So the situation between CM Punk and Triple H is just that. It is good. Rhea Ripley is addressing fan criticisms for her WrestleMania match. See what I'm saying? There's a lot of criticisms. There's a lot of backlash on some of these matches at WrestleMania. Some say that some of these matches would have been more fitting for a Monday Night Raw or a SmackDown. And some are saying, why would the Raw tag team titles be on the line, but not the SmackDown tag team titles at WrestleMania, which would be more interesting, which would be more captivating? You know, with the Street Profits and DIY and the Motor City Machine Guns. That should be at WrestleMania, not the New Day versus the War Raiders. And that's, again, another criticism. Some more backlash for this card for WrestleMania, and I can see why. Many matches got criticism this year. When Vince McMahon was in charge of WWE, according to a world champion, the direction for WWE was very confusing when Vince McMahon was in charge, when Vince McMahon was planning things, when Vince McMahon was strategizing. Your thoughts, your comments, and your opinions on that. Do you believe the direction of the WWE was confusing, and is it better or worse now with the game Triple H in control? Ladies and gentlemen, breaking news. A huge star has left TNA Wrestling. According to those that know, Rich Swann has left TNA. Will he be WWE bound or AEW? Also, we all know about the grisly murders, about what Chris Benoit did to not only his wife but his child, and then taking his own life. It was a very sad affair. It's something that we will never ever forget. It is something that we will never ever forget. And I said that twice because it was that grisly, it was that violent, it was that shocking. Nobody would have ever anticipated, nobody would have ever expected that from Chris Benoit. And especially, we were also, guys, we were also robbed. We were robbed of what have been the IWC Wet Dream match. We were robbed of CM Punk versus Chris Benoit for the ECW Championship. Can you imagine what that match would have looked like? Can you imagine what the kind of match that these two guys would have put on? It would have been a performance of a lifetime. It would have been the match of the year candidate between CM Punk and Chris Benoit. But after what Benoit did, after Benoit took his family's life, he took his own life. Some say Chris Benoit will never, ever go into the WWE Hall of Fame, although Chris Benoit's other son does believe that he will go into the WWE Hall of Fame, whether it's in 10, 20, 30 years. There is a belief that there's a space, a spot for Chris Benoit in the WWE Hall of Fame. However, I don't see that to be the fact. I don't see that to be the way it should be. I just don't agree. I don't know, guys. If you're separating Chris Benoit, the person, and then Chris Benoit, the wrestler, maybe, perhaps, potentially, but there's just too many. There's just too much there, guys. That I don't quite frankly ever see it happen. Do you think Chris Benoit should go into the WWE Hall of Fame? I mean, I don't know, guys. It's just one of those things, viewers. It really, truly is one of those things. WrestleMania 41 to span 18 hours. Yes, you heard that right. WrestleMania 41 to span some 18 hours over 2 nights. Your thoughts, your comments, and your opinions on that. Because remember, guys, if it weren't for you, there would be no Seanzviewent. We are true to all the viewers. We are loyal to all of you. We come all the way to give you what you want to see, read, hear, and know, the most insight, the most collective, the most hourly WWE news, even in the AM, PM, morning. It doesn't matter when it's going to be. Seanzviewent will heat you up with the finest, the latest, the hottest, because this is the place to be. Subscribe.